You ready?
Let's get it.
Hitting that intro in 3, 2, 1.
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Jose here at the First Round by Podcast, accompanied by my boy, Mr. Sauce.
Oh, hi. Hello, everyone. Greetings. Welcome to yet another iconic, memorable.
I think I like monumental better.
Monumental.
There we go.
Episode. Actually, no. Last episode was iconic.
Actually, it really was.
It really was.
Hey, hold on. Shout out to everybody who tuned into last episode. If this is your first time listening to us, or if you're a repeat follower,
Repeat offender.
Welcome to the First Round by Podcast, where we talk all football.
All football, all the time, baby.
All football. We love doing this. If you're at home chilling, grab yourself a beer, light up a joint, come kick it with us.
That's
Let's have
right.
a good time. We're here for a good time. We love doing this. We look forward to doing this every week.
That's right. So, first off, what I wanted to do, I wanted to actually open up the episode talking about the last video that we did, the last episode. So, just to give you guys an example, last episode, what episode number was that?
I have no idea. 57?
57. I believe it's 57. So, we talked about the Stephon Diggs trade. Huge trade. Have you checked to see how many views it has so far?
I think it's like low 900s.
Yep. So 916 as of this recording. So 916 views. And then, of course, the latest 2 episodes of Riparooskies. If you've been tuning into that, thank you so much. The first one was 30 views and the other one's at 39 views. So we're just rock and rolling on those. It's awesome. So let's see if we can keep the good times rolling. Thank you so much, like you said, about tuning in and watching and stuff, because that's just awesome. Like you said, we enjoy doing this. So with that being said, you know what an insane week. We always talk about how crazy the week is going to be, or how potentially crazy it could be, man. So the biggest news, do you want to share? Because I know that you're just itching to talk about it.
I guess if you say so. No, so I believe Tom Brady, he did like a podcast episode.
Wait, who's that?
Who?
Yeah, who's that?
Some water boy. He did like some
Riparooskies.
podcast episode with some guy. I believe his name is like Vic Blands. He's like a barber and he does videos and stuff like that. Whatever.
Oh, that was him. He's on TikTok.
Yeah, him.
Oh, okay. I thought I recognized him.
Yeah, and I guess dude asked Brady. He was like, and I can't remember word for word what he was like, but he was like, if a team picks up the phone and he calls, pretty much indicating would you play again, Tom Brady was like, possibly, right? He was saying the Raiders, the Patriots, and the 49ers are all possible suitors for his possible comeback. Do I think it's gonna happen? Probably not. But I think obviously, I was gonna sit here and talk shit and say, he's old and he's already past his prime. But we're talking about Tom freaking Brady here. How many times have you heard people talk shit saying that he's too old?
How old is he now?
46.
46. Jeez, It would be such an insane comeback if he were to. And I mean, he looked like he's in pretty good shape.
Dude, he literally
doesn't age.
He literally looks younger as he gets older.
He does.
Literally.
He does. He does look really good. I'm sure that, and he even talked about it in that little interview. It wasn't really necessarily an interview. It was just shooting the shit kind of thing. Uh-huh. And he talked about how, he can still throw the ball.
Yeah.
Like
and he said he was like in great shape.
Yeah. Obviously he's in great shape. He never lost that competitive fire.
Right.
And stuff. So that begs the question though. So of those 3 teams that he mentioned, obviously we know that you have a preference, but which team of those do you think that he would thrive on the most?
Oh, that's a no-brainer. Of course, the 49ers.
49ers.
They already have a team that's already poised to make some noise. They have been making noise for the past few years. Do you think that he can possibly, let's just say Tom Brady unretires today and he goes to the 49ers. Who do you think would have more success off the start? Brock Purdy or Tom Brady?
Lord.
Who are you picking?
Oh man. I'm picking Brock Purdy. I'm just kidding.
Whoa. That's fine.
No, in all honesty, it would be I don't think that they would actually do like a legit quarterback battle. But
I think they would give it to Brady.
oh,
Like,
100% they would give it to Brady because Brady's basically the offensive coordinator too now.
Yeah, facts.
But I mean, that offense would be so stacked. It'd be very comparable to whenever he went to the Bucks.
Yeah.
I mean, they've got the 49ers are just they're loaded on offense. Now, man, Patriots though.
Well, and that's the thing too, though. Like they're so loaded that Tom Brady wouldn't even have to be Tom Brady to thrive in that offense.
Correct.
Because what I think is if Tom Brady can play half of what Tom Brady is, I think that's already better than Brock Purdy.
Yeah, I mean,
you know what I mean?
I mean, he's the GOAT.
Exactly.
So, I mean, yeah,
I mean, right?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
that makes total sense. But what's funny is that, like, I mean, Brock Purdy, he was a late round pick too. He was Mr. Irrelevant.
Yeah, that's true.
So he could learn a lot from Mr. Brady.
Yeah.
Man, that is.
Well, and Brady was also saying too is because I guess at some point he wants to be like some type of like NFL owner.
Yeah.
And he was saying that, the NFL, he doesn't think that the NFL will allow him to play again if he indeed purchases or becomes a minority owner or whatever of another franchise.
That makes sense because I think that in the collective bargaining agreement that they have with the players and stuff, that they don't allow for it because that was what was shot down whenever Caleb Williams was trying to
he ain't gonna do nothing.
He was trying. Well, his dad inquired.
Didn't he say that they were trying to like buy half of or something of a team, whatever team he joins or some shit?
Yeah, he wanted part ownership of whatever team drafted him, and I'm like, you gotta be kidding me, man.
Dude, I feel like no bullshit. I feel sorry for whoever drafts this guy because he's gonna come with a lot of baggage. He's gonna come with a lot of like his press conferences are gonna be wild. Like, I don't know, man. He's kind of like the Scottie Pippen, modern day Scottie Pippen.
Dude, it's so bad, and it's rough.
And the way that
hearing him like do interviews and talk because you obviously want your quarterback, you want a potential franchise quarterback to have like that bravado about him,
that
to have
professionalism, that
and confidence and stuff like that. But his is just it's just arrogance and it's cockiness and. I mean, some people like that. I've actually seen multiple comments from people because there was an NFL.com post or something like that, or just the NFL Facebook page. Either way, I saw a post where somebody was talking about how, yeah, that's what you want in a quarterback and everything. And I'm like, I guess, but.
Well, listen, if you want to talk like that and do all that, that's fine. As long as your on-field play it's gonna freaking excel.
Which could potentially be the case with the addition of Keenan Allen and DJ Moore and all those weapons.
Off topic, but on topic too. I've actually seen a few mock drafts as of late where they have Drake May going number 1.
We know how you feel about Drake May.
I'm not a believer. But what were you gonna say about the Patriots? We were talking about something. You piqued my interest, of course.
Oh yeah, no, I was gonna ask you just how well do you think that he would do, that Brady would do, going back to the Patriots? Do you think that he would take them from? How many wins did they have this last year? 3.
I think it was
4?
like 5 or some
5,
shit.
oh.
It was some dumpster.
I mean,
yeah, don't even remind me.
I mean, the Titans weren't much better, so. But yeah, so because of the way that team is constructed and everything, like how well do you think that he would do hypothetically if he did go back to the Patriots?
Well, with the current team that we have now, it'd be rough. It'd be rough.
Yeah,
we kind of need pieces everywhere. Our defense is okay. We got decent safeties and corners.
Right.
Linebackers are all right. D line's all right. I feel confident about the D. But the offense, man, it's rough. We need a new O-line. We need receivers. Ramondre Stevenson it didn't really prove himself last year. I know he was kind of sharing the backfield with Zeke, but there's just nothing sexy about that offense right now. Granted, let's just say he does, obviously hypothetically speaking, let's just say he does unretire today or whatever. What if they pick up load up the offense just in the draft just for him? What if they pick up like Marvin Harrison Jr.?
Jeez.
They pick up like, I don't know, another freaking receiver to pair up next to him, or Jonathan Brooks, another potential top drafted running back. Like, they load him up, right?
That's an interesting scenario. Yeah. I mean, that's kind of what they did with because we already know that dude's got so much money already. He's already got all these endorsements and everything. So we've known that he has in the past taken a more team friendly deal just so that his previous teams could load up on championship caliber players and everything. I think that'd be super interesting though. I wonder how it would be like from a financial standpoint because you'd be loading up for like a at bare minimum 1 year run, maybe at max a 2 year run.
Well, I saw this earlier. They actually do have 56 million in cap space right now too, so they can trade for somebody as well.
Interesting.
If they desire.
That is super interesting. That's actually going to roll over into the next thing that I was going to talk about. So I know that you don't like Drake May a whole lot, right? You have mentioned several times on this podcast who your preferred candidate would be. So, with that being said, what do you think about the possibility of Jayden Daniels going over? Yeah, it's Jayden Daniels, I think.
Yeah, Jayden Daniels.
Going to the Patriots, because I know that we saw something recently that I guess he didn't so much like the Commanders and their front office. I guess they didn't blow him away. Doesn't surprise me. The Commanders seem like they're kind of
the other way too.
Hey, that's also a possibility because didn't they? I think that the Commanders they actually they either lost out on a head coach possibility or because weren't they in the running possibly for the offensive coordinator? I think for the Lions, who ended up he opted to go back to the Lions, and I think that he met with the Commanders and stuff. So if that's the case, then what the hell are they doing over there?
Yeah, I don't know, but from what I read too, and I think I sent this to you as well, there was like some reports going around. Apparently, Jayden Daniels was like pretty much like flunking his interview with the Commanders because he preferred to play for the Pats. Obviously, I don't know the credibility and how true all this is.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's definitely interesting. There's a bunch of reports, a bunch of mock drafts everywhere. Nobody really knows. I mean, everybody speculates, Caleb Williams is going to go number 1. But a lot of people are putting, like I said, Drake May up in number 1. People are thinking, the Pats might even take JJ McCarthy. I've seen a bunch of different scenarios, and it's quite interesting.
That is very interesting. Yeah. I don't think that I've seen anything so far with JJ McCarthy going there.
Yeah, it's like the closer we get to the draft, the more like shakings
it's lying season.
I'm seeing in the mock drafts and stuff.
Yeah, no, I'm actually. This is the time that I get super excited about it because then, like a week or two before the draft is usually whenever it's like primetime lying season. Everybody's like
trades start happening again.
Yep, it starts getting like business booming and stuff, and it's a really exciting time. I know that I'm really stoked about it, but I still, like I said, I do think that it's very, very interesting that Jayden Daniels seems like he has a preference, and because who knows if he even actually said that, because. It's very hard to find credible sources for a lot of these reports. I've been seeing reports all over the place from Twitter or X or whatever the hell you want to call it right now. It just says report, and then it just gives this crazy scenario like, I don't know, like Caleb Williams ties one shoe before the other. Means that he prefers this team over this team. I'm like, what the hell is this?
Yeah, it makes sense.
It does.
No, but yeah, that's crazy, man. You'll be surprised on what you see on social media, and obviously you can't really believe everything that you see. But at the same time, what is true and what isn't true?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's crazy out there.
Now, like I said, I could see that because just from doing it, I know, and everybody's gonna probably think that I'm weird for this. But I actually like the in-depth stuff we talked about before. But I like watching and hearing about what goes on behind the scenes with these different teams because usually all we see are just the reports, like this free agent signing. Like it'll say, just for instance, obviously, Titans sign Calvin Ridley. Mm-hmm. I was like, what? And then I saw a press conference talking about like the ins and outs of it. And like the anxiety that they were going through, like how nervous they were, like talking to the agents, talking to the players and stuff like that. I think that that's so interesting. So that's why hearing all this stuff about Jayden Daniels just really it piqued my interest because I was like, man, I wonder what's being said, because we already know that the Patriots are a really well-run organization. You don't think so?
I mean, I don't know.
Ooh,
I
this
don't
is
know.
juicy.
What do you mean?
Ooh, I saw that face. You
Well,
can't hide from that. So
well,
give us your thoughts.
well,
So are they
I'll let-
or are they not a well-run organization?
well, I don't know because I mean, obviously, I'm not in that room, right? But from what I've seen,
From a fan's perspective, though.
from a fan's perspective, well, I will tell you this. I think this was like 3 or 4 weeks ago, maybe closer to 4 weeks. There was like a report, and I think this is a brand new report. I think it's the NFL, it might be a third party, but they're running a report on every single team, and they're asking them what they think on like the team's facilities, their training room, their
Oh,
their
yeah, I have
chefs,
heard that.
their travel experience. Like it's kind of just like a report card.
Yeah. I've seen that
And
before.
the Patriots, they scored fairly low. I think they were I
Really?
think they averaged. I want to say that I'd have to look it up again, but I think it was like maybe like a D in overall, or
What?
possibly even an F or something.
What?
Yeah, because apparently like their
Oh my
locker room is like old and not necessarily run down. It's still a professional facility, but compared to some of these other.
Like all these others, that they have a lot of upgrades and
Yeah,
shit.
I think Miami did really well. I want to say they scored like an A or something like that. I can't remember what
that's
everybody else
interesting.
scored, but yeah.
Wow, that's actually kind of surprising, because all we've ever heard for the longest time is just that Patriots are super well run and stuff like that, and
Well, you got to think about it this way
their
too.
facilities are really good.
You got to think about it this way too. Look at the new generation that's coming up. No disrespect to any of my younger cats out there, but a lot of these younger guys. I'm not gonna go down that rabbit hole.
Oh,
But
God.
the new generation of
We
fellas.
were about to get canceled.
The new generation of fellas is definitely different. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, I mean, you see it all over the place. Because especially like, just look at, we're already talking about Tom Brady. Tom Brady was with the same organization for how many years?
You're right.
And now,
And you didn't hear any bickering out of Tom Brady,
Exactly.
right? Like you get what you get, you get what you get, and you don't throw a fit.
That's right.
You
That's
make it,
right.
you make it do what it do, right?
Exactly. And nowadays, these guys, the average contract, I bet if we looked it up right now, the average contract in the NFL would be like 3 to 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
Because then everybody's like, well, shiny new toy, I want to go elsewhere.
Yeah.
Shiny new toy, I want to go elsewhere. Grass is always going to be greener, right?
Mm-hmm.
I want to go elsewhere. But yeah, and that's part of the reason why, man, obviously I still love the NFL, but man, that trend in that direction is one that I am not a big fan, because part of the reason why I gravitated toward NFL more so than college football was because of the fact that with college football, they're only there for like, what, 4, maybe 5 years?
Yeah, maybe 3-4 years.
Exactly. And so it makes it really hard to keep up with it. Now, back in my day, with NFL, I could literally, like, you could go and buy a player's jersey and know that it's gonna be beneficial, because it's gonna last a long time, because that player is more than likely gonna be staying with that team for a long time, right? Not anymore. I bought that AJ Brown jersey. Guess what? Next draft gets freaking traded.
Riparooskies.
So it definitely is a different dude. Man, I was so mad about that, because I spent so much money on that, so much money. But anyway, so I had another question for you.
Is this 21 question Jose Day or what?
This is especially so obviously with the biggest news being about Brady, right?
Mm-hmm.
So my question to you would be, what do you think that, how was I going to word this? Man, I had it and then I lost it. So actually, we'll redo this whole question, just because of the fact that I can't remember how I was going to word it. I had it and then I lost it. So out of those 3 teams, right? So we got the Raiders, we got the Niners, and we got the Patriots.
Yeah.
Everything. Obviously, you feel like the best spot for him to get another ring would be 49ers, right?
Of course.
And so, nostalgia purposes, Patriots and stuff. What about the Raiders? What are your thoughts on that situation?
I feel like, because who's their head coach right now? Is it Antonio Pierce, or am I like living 3 years ago?
No, I think it is. I think that because he was the interim.
Right, but then they hired McDaniels.
He was the offense coordinator, right?
I can't remember. Keep him busy while I Google this, because.
But yeah, so yeah, no, I do think that is obviously the biggest news, the biggest news, the biggest news, because it's the friggin' everybody loves the Patriots.
Antonio Pierce.
Actually,
See, I do know my shit.
yeah, good job.
Okay, so Antonio Pierce, I think he had a pretty good run as interim head coach, if I'm correct. I do believe that Brady would probably be the head coach. You know what I mean? So I feel like, not to say the
just
head,
because
the head
of
coach,
his presence and
yeah,
stuff and how
I
he
mean,
commands the room.
You're not gonna tell Tom Brady what to do. It's kind of like LeBron James. Like, you're not gonna tell LeBron James what to do. He kind of tells you what to do, and it's kind of like a running meme in the NBA because they call him lead GM.
Do they really?
Yeah, because I mean, you know what? I feel like it'd be kind of the same way with Tom Brady. Like, okay, Brady, who do you want us to bring in? Who do you want us to cut? Like,
that's how it was in Tampa too.
Yeah, literally, he brought in Gronk. He was trying to bring in Edelman, freaking Antonio Brown, all these people, right?
Yeah.
But how he would do in the Raiders?
Do you think that he would do better or better on the Raiders or better on the Patriots?
Probably the Raiders at this given time. They have a better offense right now. They obviously have Devontae Adams, Jacoby Myers, and then they just got rid of what's his running back's name? What the heck's his name? The running back, or they got rid of
Josh Jacobs.
There we go. They got rid of him. So who the hell did they sign anyway?
That's a good question. No, Aaron Jones, right?
Aaron Jones? No, he went to the Vikings.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
But anyways, I don't feel like he'd do as good on the Raiders as he would on the 49ers, but he would do better on the Raiders than on the Pats. But I feel like, as a Pats fan, obviously you want to see him back in a Pats uniform, regardless if he's freaking 56 or whatever.
He's going to be trotting out there.
At this point, just give us Brady. We got nothing to look forward to anyway.
He's gonna come back. He's gonna do decently well, and then he's gonna retire again. And then 2 years later, he's coming back. He's gonna come back, and then by the time he ends up actually hanging it up, he's gonna be out there on a walker,
but still slinging it.
Still slinging it and stuff. All right, so moving forward, I thought that this was actually really, really cool. So the NFL is branching out. They already have games that are played in London and everything. Now, Brazil. They are having the very first NFL game in Brazil. Is that correct? I believe so.
Yep.
It's going to be the Packers and the Eagles.
That's on a Friday night, correct?
Yeah, I think that's opening. It's the opening weekend of the NFL season.
Right.
So that is incredible. That's actually, I think that's going to be a really, really, really good game.
Who is it again? The Packers
and Eagles.
Oh yeah, that's going to be a good game.
Now I say that, granted, most everybody knows that the first week of the NFL season is always a crapshoot. Like, you never know how good a team is going to be until about 2 or 3 weeks in.
Honestly, I'd probably say even more.
Yeah.
I feel like once you're like in the middle of the season, you kind of start realizing, okay, like, you know,
that's whenever everybody starts kind of separating themselves. What I'm saying? Yeah. But you literally every single week one, it's basically might as well be another preseason game because you never know what's going to happen. But that's one very good team, which is going to be the Eagles, and then because they got a bunch of star power, and of course on the other side you got that emerging star quarterback in Jordan Love. How do you feel about Jordan Love?
I didn't really see a whole lot of his play last year, but from what I know and from what I hear, I mean, he's not doing too bad.
No, dude's nasty.
I think there was a specific, I forgot what it was, but there was like a specific category that he was like leading the league in for a little bit. Maybe it was like touch on the interception ratio. Ratio. You good, mate?
Nah.
Like I said, I can't remember the specific stat, but I don't dislike him, but I'm not like a fan of his. Like, I don't. He's not like that Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert type quarterback just yet, in my opinion. But he's definitely like above, you know, obviously like Deshaun Watson and, you know, Kenny Pickett, like above those guys, you know.
I would definitely say I'm actually a big fan of him. Actually, late in the season, I was hurting for a quarterback in one of my other leagues. So because Joe Burrow got injured, and stuff. So I ended up picking up Jordan Love, and he actually won me a few games. He did some good, but he is definitely one of the fast rising stars, and that offense is actually sneaky good. So I think that game could potentially be It's probably going to be a shootout though, because I don't know how well the Green Bay defense is. I mean, obviously we still have the draft and the second/third wave of free agency to go, but at the end of the day, the biggest thing that I want to see is I really want the NFL to be able to give out a very entertaining, good product to Brazil. I want them to be well represented, because I'm such a fan of the NFL that I want to see them continue to branch out and get bigger and bigger and bigger, and potentially, I mean, at the end of the day, maybe they get another few teams or something from expansion.
Yeah,
who knows?
A lot of people are actually kind of against them going to Brazil to play, or actually not just Brazil, but just like going overseas.
Really?
And it's more so like for the players' sake, for the fans' sake. Because if you think about it, like the season ticket holders,
yeah,
like someone's getting screwed over with that, right? And then the players, like, obviously someone has to be a home team, quote unquote.
Mm-hmm.
So let's just say it's the Packers. I don't know who's the home team in this situation, but let's just say the Packers have the home team.
I'm not sure.
Well, they're already losing a home game right there.
Yeah, that's
You know what I'm saying?
that's true. So you don't get that home field advantage. I could see that.
Not only that, but
that's an interesting
you're
perspective.
freaking flying out of Green Bay to Brazil. That's a long flight.
Yeah,
That's a long flight.
No, that really is. That is a.
So there's a bunch of like or not necessarily scenarios, but there's a bunch of different little things that kind of
go into it.
Yeah, that kind of go into it.
Yeah,
so.
and in all honesty, a lot of my thought process on it is it's kind of like the big picture. Like I want to see growth and stuff, but sometimes growth isn't beneficial for everyone,
right?
And stuff. So I could definitely see that, man. I bet too. So if it was me that was a season ticket holder, I'd be a little pissed too.
Yeah,
I'd be like, dang. So if I want to go see my favorite team play a home game against a team that we should potentially beat and everything, man, I'm gonna have to go overseas and stuff. Like you're gonna have to, because at that point you'd have to get like a passport and shit too, right?
Yeah,
man.
I mean, but it's good for the sport overall. It's good for the sport. Obviously you always want to expand your business and get out there. So it's definitely good for the sport for sure.
Dang, think about the Jags because aren't they basically the London team?
They're like always on the move.
That's what happens whenever you become an expansion team.
Riparooskies
indeed. So, but yeah, no, that's awesome. I'm really glad to see the expansion of that and everything. So yeah. We have anything else we were talking about?
Yeah, I got some for you.
Ooh. Okay, cool.
This is kind of coming back or going back to the whole Brady podcast.
Ooh, rewind.
So he mentioned out of, I think it's 4 quarterbacks, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, and Jalen Hurts. Tom Brady says he thinks Josh Allen will get a Super Bowl first. What are your thoughts? Who do you think is going to get a Super Bowl first, if any one of them 4 will get one?
Who are the 4 again?
Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, and Jalen Hurts.
Of those 4, I would say actually, at this point in time, probably Joe Burrow.
Okay, I would agree.
And my thinking behind that is because does Brady still follow the NFL? Did he notice any of the
Stephon Diggs shit?
Did he notice any?
Did he not watch the first round by podcast?
Boom!
What a loser! What a loser! Hey, I've heard that call before.
Right?
SpongeBob.
Oh Lord.
Oh, Riparooskies.
Riparooskies indeed. Yeah, no. That's the funniest part about that is that I was sitting there thinking, I'm like, did he not notice all the off-season like changes so far? But no, I mean Josh Allen, he is super, super talented, but man, with Joe Burrow, oh my goodness. I think that they're closer. Now, granted, I will say that would just be my choice out of those 4 quarterbacks. Now, I personally think that the Texans are getting loaded up, as much as it kills me to say it. I think that the Texans are getting loaded up with, obviously, the acquiring of Mr. Stephon Diggs. They acquired him. They already had Nico Collins. They already had Tank Dell, who's coming off an injury, but he's still really solid. They are the ones that I think personally are the most poised for a possible Super Bowl. And we talked about that. I can't remember if it was the last podcast or Riparooskies. Can't remember which one we talked about that in, but We've already spoken about that before. However, before the big offseason trade, I would still say, and I mean it's gonna be pretty close because Joe Burrow, he's nasty. He's nasty, and that offense has a lot of potential still. Because I mean, they as of right now they still have T. Higgins, who potentially could be on the trade block. I don't know, and they have Jamar Chase, and as long as you keep Joe Burrow upright and everything, man.
Wait, speaking on the Bengals and Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Oh,
Mr. Justin Jefferson.
Oh, I thought we were going to talk about this in another thing.
Actually, on the other thing?
On the other thing.
All right, fine. All right.
No,
fellas.
I mean, we can still talk about it. That's fine.
Nah, we'll save it.
Okay.
We'll do a little spoiler.
Ooh.
On the next episode of Riparooskies.
Tune in Wednesday to find out.
Tune in Wednesday, and I will expose what I was just about to say.
We got to keep them guessing. We got to... I don't know. Did you have anything else that you were going to talk about other than that?
No, we're good.
Oh, man. I feel like I just cock-blocked you so hard.
It's okay.
My bad, man. But anyway, with that being said, I don't really have anything else on this episode. Now, what you will want to make sure that you do, continue to check out the next episode and episodes of Riparooskies.
Indeed.
You want to talk about that real quick?
Go ahead.
Oh, okay, cool. So if you guys have not noticed, we already put out, I believe, 4 episodes of Riparooskies.
Yes.
All right. And then as of, well, by next week, by the next episode, First Round by Podcast. So we are doing episodes of Riparooskies every Wednesday and every Friday. And they drop at midnight right now. Let us know if you guys would like to see a different schedule possibly on that. We like to listen to you guys. And please continue to not only support, but also comment down below. Let us know what you guys think. Give us your takes because we've been really enjoying interacting. Our last video, actually, we had several comments and they were all really good. We definitely appreciate the feedback and we appreciate all you guys just chiming in because at the end of the day, that's what we're wanting to do. We're wanting to be able to interact with everybody. So it's been a lot of fun. Yeah. Other than that, I don't really have much to say about it. I was just going to say what the schedule was.
No, that's it. I mean, you got it good. Tune into our next episode on Wednesday and, talk to us.
Absolutely. For all your first round buy needs, hit up firstroundbuy.com. The website did get updated. We are on iHeartRadio. We are on Apple Podcasts. We are on Spotify. So check us out on those if you don't want to watch on the tube and everything. With that being said, catch you guys in the next one.
Peace.